Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony, and there were some rumors going around in October. I know, way behind, but about Windows 12 and it requiring or having a subscription. And while there was code identified saying that there is a subscription, I don't think that Microsoft would go down that route of subscription. Microsoft has made some dumb decisions we can all agree on, more than just some. But having a subscription just for Windows 10, I don't think would fly, and I think it would greatly hurt them in the marketplace, especially with regulators, still wanting to go after them uh, for the Activision Blizzard deal that they just closed. I mean, there's still some of the FTC in that, and these regulators are still looking at a way to still go after Microsoft even in the EU. So doing that and kind of forcing the regulators' hands, I think, would be a very bad idea. I think that they would be on Microsoft's tail if they did something like this, even something maybe back into the 90s and stuff like that. But what I do think would happen with subscriptions is that as this AI boom is happening, you're going to have some local AI stuff that's going to be able to be processed by the AI capabilities of your computer. And then anything more, I think Microsoft is actually going to want to use, their cloud services for that. And they're going to want to have some compensation for that. So while if you want maybe the AI to process faster, want better, more performant sides of or features by this, by what they can do on the cloud, I think that some of this is Microsoft, wanting to drive more, features into Windows. At the same time, they do drive a lot of ads and everything else. So why, are those ads paying for some of this stuff already? And if that's the case, then I should have a amount free anyways, or because I have to look at those ads. I don't, and me personally, I think that for Windows 12, maybe get rid of the ads in the OS. I think it's annoying, and it clutters up an OS, which shouldn't have to be cluttered here. But some of this stuff is, Microsoft, has had the thing of having Windows 365, and doing some of they already have Office 365. They want to capitalize on more of a subscription based. While I don't think an OS should be subscription based, I think they're going to want features that are. And so let's say if you do have, the Microsoft 365 or whatever they decide calling it, that has maybe Office and some other stuff, maybe then that's when you get charged, that's what they want you to have, a selling point of a subscription. And maybe it is the AI stuff. Maybe it is, Copilot, which is entirely cloud-based currently. Apple doesn't charge for their OSs currently, right? They have Mac OS, iPad OS, TV OS, iOS, and they're not charging for that. And Google doesn't charge for Chrome or Android either, but they do have services out there that would do that. So, and so I could see Microsoft kind of doing the same thing. Now, the only problem is with all that, would Microsoft actually stick with a service? We all know that Microsoft's been quick to pull services in the past, or they last and they go away. So, one thing I've been more doing just overall is let's see if you commit. I know it's oh, well, if you don't subscribe, then the service is going to go away. Yeah, that's probably the case, but you have not shown to commit for a period of time that I want to get invested into a service or into an environment, and then for the plug to be pulled on me and have to find a different avenue. So, I don't like to recommend a lot of this, server stuff, especially from these companies, and get integrated into it. If I'm going to recommend something, I tell the company, if you're going to go into this, or, friend or whatever else, and if you're going to go into this, remember there is this option that it may be removed and it may go away. So whatever you do, make sure that you have a backup plan going into it. And so that's how I kind of approach things now. But I if Microsoft pulls something that requires a subscription, I would be shocked, and it would be a very stupid move by Microsoft. And I don't know how all my videos are going to be playing out here over the next week. I'm recording a whole bunch while I'm, out visiting family for Christmas, that I'm going to have some, be displayed out here. But uh, that'll be the second time in this section that I've called Microsoft stupid in a video. But this one is potential. The other one already happened. But the, just, I think it was kind of ran away, and I know I'm late to the party, but Microsoft did had a great upgrade path from, Windows 8 to Windows 10 to Windows 11, as long as you met the hardware requirements. And if they still have something with that path with Windows 12, I don't see them upgrading it. I think Microsoft wants to have as many people as possible on one OS, except for the fact of having hardware requirements, so that they don't have to keep supporting a whole bunch of OSs, except for the fact of hardware requirements. So, this whole subscription thing, if people, I think it just got blew out of context a little bit. Yes, the code did say, hey, there's subscriptions, but I don't think that Microsoft is going to have a subscription built to run Windows. I think it's a subscription built to have features built on top of Windows that utilize the cloud, that utilize stuff that's not on the machine. Now, if Microsoft has a subscription for utilizing stuff that can be processed on the machine, that's very concerning, and that's something to talk about. But we'll have to wait out more as, either Windows 12, I think, or Windows Next gets out closer. We'll see what Microsoft ends up calling it. Remember, they had Windows 10, the last Windows that they're ever going to have, and now they're on Windows 11 and, well, the next Windows after that. So with that, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think Microsoft will go to subscription? Do you think having a subscription would deter you from Windows even more if it was required? I'm sure that's the case, yes, but if it was just optional, would you even care? Would you even consider the subscription if Microsoft were to have an optional one? And if so, what would it have to do in order for you to find that valuable? So with that, thank you so much for supporting Gray Overloaded and helping this channel grow. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really does help on the channel. Until next time, God bless.